Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. In this movie we're gonna have a look at the photogrammetry update for San Diego. San Diego received one of the, say, photogrammetry updates like some other cities, right? We already flew above several other cities earlier this week. A few of them to call out are Arlington, we flew over Key Largo, and the next one is indeed San Diego, right? Oh, we also visited Seattle, that was the last one. So we are departing from an airport in the, say, near center of the, probably it's in the center of San Diego, or probably a little bit outside of San Diego. So let's have a look, right? So we're going to remove parking brakes, and then we're going to increase power, and then here we go again. Parking brakes were still set. So let's have a look at that photogrammetry update. So unfortunately there are no new point of interests for San Diego, right? So it already had several point of interests, but it didn't receive any additional ones compared to other cities like Washington DC, which received a lot of say points. So here we go, we're up in the air. So let's have a look. Let's first climb a little bit more, right, because we want to see the photogrammetry content. Photogrammetry content, as you already know, is based on Bing Maps data, right? It's not, I would say, based on custom-made scenery. So it's all, I would say, well, it probably is custom work to edit, but not, I would say, the custom work like the point of interest, which were added. So let's go to the outside view while we're climbing. Then let's see if we're going into the correct direction. So what I did is I loaded a small flight plan in the Garmin G1000. Right, you can already see it. There's a small pink line in the right bottom, which will give me an indication where I need to fly to. Of course, I could have also used another tool, but let's say this is one of the help, I would say, assistance tools, probably is a better word, to direct you into the correct direction. So near San Diego there are several other airports, right? There's the military air base, which is also close by. It's a part of one of those, I would say, landing challenges. But that's more to the, I would say, if you are currently flying into the east direction. So that airport is more in the northern part of the city. So let's have a look at this piece. Because you can already see that airport also, I would say, over there, right? So there are multiple airports. We took off from the one which is just behind us, and then we've got that one, which is the military one, if I'm correct, and then we also have one in the southern part. So let's not try to climb too high, right? Because then we can't see the details. So we made a turn, right, to just look at the scenery around us. So let's follow a flight. You can see that it updates sometimes a little bit slow, right? So I'm playing it on the Xbox Series X, but you can still see that the updating of the, let's say, scenery takes sometimes a little bit more time as you probably would have hoped for. Let's go inside the cockpit again, right, to see, okay, where we are. We're currently almost there, so it's a little bit more to the left side, and then we should be in the area of San Diego. You can already enjoy the rest of the scenery which is below us, right? You can see there's some more details, some more differences compared to the, let's say, content without the photogrammetry update, and in this case you can definitely see that there are some updates over here. So if you live in San Diego or near San Diego, or you've ever been there, let me know how realistic this content is, because I'm always wondering how up to date it is. We're flying into the direction of the city itself, right? So let's keep an eye on the altitude, but also on the speed, of course. Gonna decrease the RPMs a bit. So this is a little bit better, and then we can have a look at it. So a lot of mountains, right? So you can also see that the, I would say, mountains have been adjusted. That's already done as part of previous updates. But in most cases they will also, say, update those mountains based on the world updates. It was also one of them mentioned in the release notes. So we'll continue to fly. Seeing a lot of nice buildings. Not too many high buildings. I was expecting more high buildings there. As you can see some other stuff. On the left side you can see some more details. You can see the highway below us. And then another airport. It's really busy with airports around the city. So you can even do a city trip with an aircraft in this city. Let's decrease altitude a bit. So adjusting the trim. So we decrease a bit. So here we can see several buildings, right? So including some, and it looks like some industrial buildings over here, which are probably part of the airport, because you can also see the runway on our right side. Also some desert over here. And then some sporting facilities on the left side. So you can definitely see that the content has been updated, because there are more details visible compared to prior to this world update, right? World update number 10, released early this week. In the interim there was also an interim hotfix being released. It was yesterday, but it was for a specific landing challenge, or for specific training, taxi training if I'm correct. But has nothing to do with the world update, or at least not as far as I could find out. Maybe it broke it. Just guessing, right? Because you never know what's been updated as part of those world updates, besides the things which are mentioned in the roadmaps. In most cases, there's far more stuff which will be updated. So you always need to, let's say, be careful with making assumptions that a world update doesn't break other stuff. And we also saw that in the past, right? With the Italy and Malta update, which definitely broke some say, content which was already in Flight Simulator, causing an event to not start anymore on the Xbox. So we're turning right, so we looked at the left side of the city. So we're gonna have a look at the other piece of the city, which mountain, a large mountain. And then we can see the other piece of the city, which has some more higher buildings, as it looks like. So let's have a look over there. So what we're actually doing is flying around that specific airport, which is in the city center. While we're flying, we can look around, of course, using the external view, because that's the most easiest way to have a look at this scenery, which has been updated with photogrammetry content. You can see that the, I would say, content which has been updated is decreasing a bit, because some buildings are really flat, while some other ones have, I would say, some more looking more 3D, right? So probably they focus on some specific pieces of the city, and not all of the city has been updated. For example, you can see here that these buildings here on the left side, they are looking pretty detailed, but if you look at some of the other buildings there, they put like almost default content. Another highway, so that could be one of the things which you could try out, right? Using VFR flight, simply follow the highway and then fly via the west coast, start at San Diego and then fly to the northern part of the country, for example, using the Cessna or using one of your own favorite aircrafts. Some more sporting facilities below us. And then we're already almost leaving the city, right? You can see that there are several cities pretty close to each other. If you look, I would say, far at the end of this, let's say, screen, right in the top of the screen, you can see some higher buildings, so there's also probably a larger city over there. Question for you is which city it is. If you know it, then post it in the comment box below, because here ends this video about the photogrammetry update of San Diego. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below, and if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.